So taking the paint that I mixed earlier, and I have the image of the Tui in front of me here. Just starting off with the top of the head. Now what I like to do is use the end of the brush, try and keep the paint as much as possible on the end of the brush, and just have that run along the edge like this. So you can see how we get a nice sharp edge, but the back doesn't need to be that sharp. So I've just moved the photograph down here so that I can reference some of the colours while I'm painting them. So all I'm doing here is just really looking at these colours in here and trying to translate them over to here. Just paying attention to some of the different tonal ranges. And because the paint's quite wet already, or because it is wet paint, I'm able to just do a bit of blending like this. Now this area in here is quite dark. It's quite a dark sort of blue colour. So what I'm going to do is just mix some of that dark blue here, which is just the black and the blue, and just going to work my way kind of around there. You might think it looks kind of pure black, but we want to try and save those really pure tones for some of the higher contrast areas that we want to do later. Now if you find it a little bit difficult with this size brush, you can always move down to a smaller brush. So you just want to choose a brush that's going to be kind of at the level that you feel in control. So you can see how I'm moving around here. It's a little bit difficult to get into those areas there, so I'll come back a little bit later with a smaller brush and see how I go. It is quite dark down here, so now, as I said earlier, we don't need to worry too much about the feathering under here because we're going to do that with a fine brush later on. But we just want to kind of have a nice edge there, and we'll work over it later. So you can just see, because the paint's wet, I can easily just add in different colours and just kind of blend them together. See, there's kind of a really lighter area of blue up here. I can just mix some lighter blue in there and just blend it back. Okay, that's looking good. Alright, I'm just going to swap over to the slightly smaller brush now, just because it gives me more control around the mouth area here. And I could go smaller again if I felt like I couldn't kind of get the level of detail that I want to get. Obviously there's all of this yellow here, so we do want to just get a little bit of dark tone into it so that the yellow overlaps and we don't have the wood showing through. But for now, I think we'll just leave it there. And then the beak as well, it is a similar color, but it's quite gray up on here. So I think we'll make that a darker gray rather than a darker blue.